Hello, welcome back. Today I decided to do a special, as you can see, stream called All About That Mini Bass. Over the break, I used some Christmas money to get a miniature bass guitar. And yes, it's the one pictured here on my model. Yeah, for the most part, I don't art, so I felt like the best I could do was to, take a picture of it and then put it on my model. Yeah, but it's nice. I like it. I really like the sunburst coloration. I've always thought that was a cool color, and now I have an instrument with it. Why a mini bass, you might ask? Well, instead of an actual bass, like electric bass guitars, even those are kind of big, at least to me. And I've found out the hard way that, it doesn't work for me to have, like, big instruments, so I thought a mini bass was perfect. It was between this and a Kalla solid body U bass, which I liked too and thought sounded good as well, but this one sounded better than the actual U bass. Jazz bass pickups in a Mustang is unique. Oh, it's Roca. Yeah. This is a Flight solid body mini bass guitar made by a company that actually is known more for making ukuleles. But this is definitely a mini bass. And yes, it does have, like, jazz bass pickups. I'm hopeful that the sound of this bass comes over the microphone, but just a minute. Come on. Oh, come on, get out of your stand. Here's to hoping it can be heard and there's no feedback. Okay. Can that be heard? I hope so. And something I noticed about it, good, I'm glad. That's what I hoped for. Because I know, well, with this one, is it's an electric one, I feel like I definitely have to plug it in, and it is plugged into a tiny amp that I own. And another thing I find interesting about this is that it has, I think, flat woven strings, which I've not had on a stringed instrument before. So I feel like they make things sound different than the regular strings I'm used to. I really don't know what I'm doing, I guess, with a bass. This is the first bass I've owned of any kind. I mean, the strings that... Okay, I got this used at a Guitar Center, and it just had these strings on it already. These flat wound ones. But yeah, I noticed looking up strings for bass guitars of any kind that... yeah, kind of expensive. I'm like, ugh. I hope that the strings will not need to be replaced that often. I don't know. I like how they feel really smooth. You know, I mean, I'd be fine with regular strings too. Hey, Robo, you're here. Hi. I'm here with my friend, the new mini bass guitar, which, yes, is pictured here. It's like, well, an electric bass, but small. I was told it can be heard when I try to pluck the strings. That's just plucking the open strings. If you can hear that. I don't know. I just think it kind of sounds cool, and I didn't have a bass guitar before. You didn't change your P-bass? Bass? Why'd I say that? Bass like the fish. I know better. I didn't change my P-bass strings for like 10 years. You're sure it'll be fine? Okay, good. Good, Sroka. Good to know. Because, yeah. I guess I feel better now about my original ukulele that I got, like, closer to almost 6 years ago. That, I still haven't changed the strings on it. I probably need to. It seems like it's harder and harder to get it to stay in tune, so I think that's a sign. But yeah, I tend to wait as long as possible before I actually get the strings changed out. And I say that as if I do it myself, when in actuality, either one, with stringed instruments, I've had somebody at a music store do that for me, or even though he's not, like, musical in any way, my husband has actually done that for me. But yeah. People's what? What's Rocket? People say they change them out every week? No. How much do they play it? Like, is that necessary? And as I said, here I sit with a ukulele that hasn't had its strings changed for like 5.5 years. Yeah. Hello, Isekai. Yes. Mini bass day. And yes, it's this mini bass right here. Yeah, I was kind of going, ugh, about the price of bass strings when looking those up. And this I got used, so it has, I believe, flat wound strings on it because they're like smooth. But okay, I looked up those strings, like, oh my god. No, these are so expensive. Makes things sound nice and it feels nice, but ooh. But yeah, here we go again. Plucking the open strings. Yeah, and it has jazz pickups, I'm fairly certain. And I mean, I don't mind. Because actually, I majored in music in college, and, well, I was a singer, well, still am, but, I was, like, predominantly in the jazz program. Oh, okay. Bass strings should last longer than normal uke or guitar ones. Okay, good to know, because, I'd rather not have to change them out more than absolutely necessary, given how expensive they appear to be. Yeah, okay. One thing to note, if you do want to change them, is to make sure yeah, short scale bass strings, not full length ones. Yeah, I would have to make sure, because I know this is short scale. Yeah, and I did that on purpose. You know, just like the actual even electric bass guitars just feel too big to me. Maybe that's just me. And this is actually, I don't know, this is actually a bit smaller, at least the body of it is a bit smaller than my electric guitar. But my electric guitar is just a regular one. It's not like miniature or short scale or anything. My electric guitar is a Fender Stratocaster. I guess, well, I'm new to having a bass. So, okay, I'm used to the, guitar having, like, smaller tuning pegs. Well, and ukuleles having smaller tuning pegs, but, like, I find it interesting that basses have these, like, big flat tuning pegs. I guess part of me wonders why that is. I don't really know much about basses. I just got this. Oh, yeah. Robo, yeah. Did I do my 1 hour of stuff today? Well, I've not necessarily cleaned or anything. But I was going to do that definitely today. After stream. You believe in me when, yeah, huh? Yeah, because that was one of the things I mentioned wanting to do better about this year in terms of goals, resolutions. Okay, and I guess I'm fulfilling one of my things that I mentioned too yesterday in terms of doing more music streams, because that's what I'm doing here. Hi, Taka. I'm kind of just messing around. I'm not really doing anything specific when just doing stuff. I'm just like randomly doing whatever, plucking the strings. Well, it is plugged in, but I don't know. Well, I was told that could be heard. It's plugged into a tiny amp. Maybe I need to turn that up higher. Okay. Can it be heard better now? I mean, the mic is not, like, right by where it is, either. I know. Is that better? Is that louder? Well, yeah. Is it better if I... Well, yeah, I was not using a pick, but okay, here we go. Yeah. It's the high string. Okay, there. Second string. Low string. I mean, I don't know. I figure these flat wound strings make a difference in terms of the sound. I mean, it came with these. I got this used. And they feel nice. They're like nice, smooth strings, but holy crap, they're expensive when I like looked them up to see, okay, how much would it cost me to replace these and just still have these? Oh. Yeah, it is a low-key instrument, Taka. You're right. Yeah, a little quiet compared to my voice, but can hear it. Yeah, it's kind of a subtle instrument that doesn't get loud, I suspect. Because I figure, well, I know that my actual electric guitar can sound louder than that. Okay. Why is my model going nuts? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, very low key. And I didn't have a bass before ever in my life, so I'm just messing around doing random stuff. I figure there are exercises for this. Well, yeah, I don't want to get too loud. A normal guitar amp either. It could blow it out. Well, I have a miniature amp. I don't think it's like specifically a guitar amp. It's just a small amp that I've used for like with my microphone and also with my electric guitar before. But yeah, I don't want to have problems blowing out or having feedback. You're not too surprised about the price. You'd imagine it'll take a lot of material to produce. Oh, as in the strings? Oh, you can't wait till Tuesday, Taka. Why is that? You did mention on your stream, well, not on your stream, well, maybe, but I wasn't there if you did, but I saw in your Discord that you mentioned getting a new toy. I'm excited to see what that is. I'm guessing it's a musical toy. Yeah, I've gotten new toys too, not just this one. I've also gotten now a tambourine, which came with a couple of egg shakers, and a glockenspiel. I annoyed the crap out of my mom with the glockenspiel accidentally on Christmas Eve when I opened that up and then started randomly playing things on it. But oh well. I feared that was kind of a moment of, I brought this into your world and I can bring it right back out. But oh well. It's fun. Oh, you're surprised you managed to sort your budget for it? I bet I know what it is. And yeah, I'm excited for that too, Taka. I noticed you played a certain song. That funny song that you introduced me to during that vtuber stream you did with me. I mean, I don't blame you. It would be harder than hell to sing that song without laughing. I mean, I've not tried yet, but I bet I'd have a hard time too. Okay, Tuesday morning for me. Okay. Yeah, I would definitely want to see that. What is that? Is that like a classic bass thing, like from, I want to say, a really old song called Smoke on the Water? Yeah. But I just tried to do there if you could hear it. It was oh, Mama Jade, that's my mom. I was only annoyed as he just kept repeating little short bursts of noise which didn't go anywhere. Oh. Well, to me, they were going somewhere because I was trying to pointedly play certain things, whether that was understood or not. Because I know I was trying to play different things that maybe were songs or something that weren't recognized. So it probably sounded random and weird and like, what the hell was I doing? But yeah. I figure. And I know I probably hit some wrong notes for what I was trying to do, too. So it probably made it less clear what I was doing. Yeah, that's fine. I do understand if I were just being random with a glockenspiel, I mean, as fun as that is for me to, like, mess around with, that it would be a pain to listen to, probably. If we're just totally random and all over the place. Yeah, you're fine with me just messing with the glockenspiel at my house and leaving you out of it, Mom. Yeah, probably. I get that. But hey, may I annoy, I mean delight you with the presence of my tambourine. No? I mean, are tambourines annoying? Maybe they could be. Well, for you, but you'll pass on that one too. Yeah, egg shakers are awesome too. Love those. Yeah, I like them. They're fun. And, well, because I'm me, I'm liable to, if they're right there, just grab them and mess with them just to have something to fidget with, I guess. But then that means I'm making, well, shaker sounds, and that could annoy people sometimes if I just keep doing it. I suspect my mom deeply regrets her decision to get me those. Or wait, oh, not the egg shakers? Okay. Well, maybe the tambourine, definitely the glockenspiel. But I can keep those to myself over here and not bother her with them. Oh, you got things to do, so you gotta run. Also, I heard what you played there. Cool. You're eternally grateful, Mom. Yeah. Eternally grateful that I will keep my, annoying musical instruments to myself. Yeah. In other news, I did order more musical toys with Christmas money. Instead of handbells. Oh, and I realized because they exist too, instead of desk bells. I mean, they're slightly different, right? I didn't have bells. Or at least nothing other than cowbells. Also a triangle. Triangles are cheap, by the way, like $5. Because I didn't have one. I mean, yesterday during my power wash stream, I was saying, maybe I'd be more motivated to clean in real life if I had something to make a satisfying dinging noise whenever I finished a task. And someone suggested a triangle, and I was like, oh. For whatever reason, I have tons of musical instruments, but I do not have a triangle yet. So nice thought, but I can't until I get one. But yeah, that would be interesting. I mean, my husband, when he came home from work, tried to hit the side of a cereal bowl to make a sound. I don't know. Maybe that would work, but I'm not sure. Well, I guess I'd rather carry a little bell around or a triangle than a cereal bowl. If you ever get a good quality marimba, you're all in. Okay, yeah. I like marimbas. Again, they're kind of big. I don't know where I would fit one in here. Plus, they're kind of expensive. I mean, I know somebody who I think used to, with his dad, make marimbas, but I'm not sure they do that anymore. And man, they're pricey. Sound really cool, but they're pricey. So I'm like, okay, I'll just stick to my digital piano, which I've had for a long time, and it still works. I mean, I swear that... how old is it? I swear it's like almost, I want to say 28 years old. My digital piano, I'm serious. And it still works. And I love it that it doesn't need to be tuned. Yet meanwhile, this is not all about that bass. Because of course I'm meandering, but that's just me. It's fun to just play around with this, I must admit. Even though I really don't know what I'm doing. Oh, were there any bass lines I had in mind to try to learn? I don't know. I don't think there were any in particular to start with, but I was going to try to find some or like think more about that when listening to music. Just go, oh, that sounds cool, and I have a bass now, so I can try to play that. I mean, I already tried the whole smoke on the water thing, but that's just one I can remember. But I was able to, I guess, pluck it out by ear. Isn't it all annoying to listen to either? The bass, yeah. No, actually. I don't know. I wonder if anyone has any ideas for interesting bass lines. I'm sure there have got to be quite a few. I guess just as someone who was like, who's primarily a singer, I think more about the vocals in songs than other things, but I know I've heard some cool bass lines, even if I can't come up with the name of any song right now. But yeah, I'll just be thinking about it and going, oh, that sounds cool. I wonder if I can do that. I don't know. I'm not sure, like, how to do this. I mean, I've done guitar and ukulele as other string instruments, although I know, like, I've not done bass, but I guess I'd kind of wonder regarding these flat wound, I think, strings, is that since they're smooth, I wonder if, like, it would be different in terms. Well, I know you form calluses when you play stringed instruments. It just happens. That's just how that works. But it seems like I could probably more easily go on for longer playing something with strings like this than like regular strings before going, no, I can't anymore today. Yeah, I'm noticing that, like, the higher notes on the bass, and that's not what it's known for, are louder. And, like, the really low ones, like that, on the low string. Yeah, a pro to a bass is that no one's gonna expect me to play chords on it. And honestly, um, chords have never been my strong suit. I mean, I wish, and I'm trying to get better at that for accompanying myself with the ukulele and at least like the electric guitar. But yeah, I always have had more issues doing chords. But I don't have to worry about that with this. No one's expecting that from me with this. So I can just mess around with, well, bass lines, and people are fine with that because that's what they expect. Yeah, it doesn't... Oh, the string doesn't quite go low enough for me to try to do the Doctor Who thing. Doctor Who theme. Okay, I can change the key of that. Now I just need a theremin to do the stuff. I don't have one of those yet. Emphasis on yet. Oh, arpeggios maybe expect... Yeah, probably. I mean, I was going to look into finding exercises and stuff for bass. And I have this. Just thinking I've got it already. For like the Doctor Who theme. Yeah, the trick though is to be able to do that and do the notes on my bass at the same time. I mean, that's another thing I've had trouble with in terms of trying to do any kind of thing where I'm doing two things at once musically. I mean, but I've still managed to do it with like the ukulele. So I feel like when I reach a point where I don't have to think as much about it, at least with the chords or something, I can do it. I'm fine. But I guess I feel like right now I'm thinking a lot about, okay, these are the notes on the bass to do that, or sound like I'm kind of doing the Doctor Who theme. Yeah, fun fact. Well, I collect Funko Pop figures, and I do have Doctor Who ones, and one of them is the 12th Doctor with an electric guitar. Which I got on purpose, because oh, that's cool. There's one of him with his electric guitar. That's not a bass, but, adjacent. Yeah, singing and playing is... Yeah, it is hard. Very hard. I mean, when I was majoring in music in college, I wasn't, like, trying to accompany myself at all. I was just, singing. Because there were people who accompanied people, like, people who were guitar majors, and there are, like, staff, like, piano players, too. I mean, I can play piano. That was my first instrument ever. But I don't know. I mean, that's another one where I've tried to accompany myself with that too, but I don't know. I still feel like as far as singing goes, I'm most comfortable just focusing on that and not trying to accompany myself, even though I've been trying to push myself with a ukulele. Makes sense. You know how to sing properly. It takes a lot of mental stack. Uh-huh. Yeah, it does, Isekai. Especially because, okay, I mean, I know I have issues in terms of memorizing things. And, okay, when you're in the music program and you're like a voice major, they expect you to memorize the words to songs, of course, for like performances. So that scared the crap out of me, but amazingly, I don't remember there being very many times where I forgot the words. I mean, a couple that I remember, but not as many as I would have expected. I was always really nervous about that, forgetting the words. You know, I know it happens to everybody, but yeah. Yeah, I can't probably get the whole accompaniment thing if I really want to just try really hard. I mean, maybe there's some people out there who are naturals at that, but I figure a lot of people who accompany themselves, they probably put a lot of time and effort into it to get to where they are. So I probably just need to do that. It makes me laugh sometimes how my model moves around or reacts oddly to things when I'm just like doing something where I'm bent a little over a bass guitar and it's going nuts and going, what are you doing? What are you doing? This isn't right. It's used to me doing Let's Plays with like games, not doing music stuff. It's gonna have to get used to the music stuff sooner or later because too bad. But yeah. I mean, I think it would be cool if one day I could figure out how to make my model look like it's playing whatever instrument I'm playing too, but I don't know how to do that with my kind of model, or at least not yet. I mean, I know people have. They must have, right? No, you saw Isekai and Baki Pam's VTuber Christmas concert actually had individual fingers moving on a guitar, but you think she has a motion capture specialist to start with? Yeah, I bet some people do. That would make sense. I mean, it seems like it'd be maybe kind of challenging to make things rigged so that it looks like you're actually playing a musical instrument when you are in real life. It's always seemed challenging to me, but then again, I'm not an artist. I feel good about whatever I've figured out to do so far in my almost, 3 years of VTubing, with my current, Vroid model. I mean, I know there's motion capture stuff you can use, but it seems like motion capture stuff is kind of expensive too. I think I've heard of software to use for that too, with models, but I don't know if it works with Vroid models, which is what mine is. Yeah, but that's a cool thing I would hope to figure out at some point if possible, but I know if not, it's okay. I'm glad I got this mini bass. Yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of fun with this. Especially once I actually come up with bass lines to try to play. Like, to seriously try to play on this. And find exercises and all sorts of other good stuff. I bet it's out there, right? I know there are probably tons of music books for bass. Oh, Isekai makes you want to play yours too. Maybe you'll pick it up later on today. Maybe, yeah, that would be cool if you did. Yeah, this is fun. This is a fun instrument. I don't have one like this that has the rubber strings. Okay, there wasn't a U bass or ukulele bass at the Guitar Center I went to that was like a more acoustic one that had those strings on it. That would be interesting to try out, though. I figure it does have its own special sound, as opposed to standard ukulele strings. You've been working through bass logic by the guy who made fretboard logic for guitar, but it's kind of super clinical and theory based. Yeah. I mean, I did a lot of stuff regarding theory, of course, when I majored in music, although not with stringed instruments as much. Even though I did play guitar in college. I started playing guitar in college, actually. And I did take guitar lessons, too. I don't anymore, but I still have the guitar, or at least the electric one. The rubber strings sound more like an upright bass than the metal string style bass guitar sounds. Yeah. Yeah, I would think so. And that would actually be kind of cool. I mean, I have a ton of musical instruments. I'll probably keep collecting more. But I have some definite, I don't know, rules, factors. I'm not sure what the right word is to follow with this. Conditions, maybe. Because I'm not likely to get anything that's overly big because I am small. Plus, well, I currently live in a tiny apartment, so good luck finding room for anything overly big. And upright basses, they sound really cool, but, well, they're kind of big. I'm pretty sure they're bigger than I am, so I probably won't actually have an upright bass ever. But I figure that a U bass with those rubber strings would probably sound good and, like, close enough to that in a more manageable size for me. I mean, another instrument I love the sound of, but I probably won't own ever because it's big, again, is, well, a cello. Those sound beautiful, but again, they're like as big as I am or bigger. And I already said no, I can't do this to an acoustic guitar of regular size. You aspire to play jazz-like bass, but your skills are so lacking. Well, yeah, it seems like jazz bass would be hard. I mean, sounds really, really cool, but yeah. I mean, I think that would be a cool thing to try to do. It's probably on my list along with, hey, find bass lines to try to do now that I have a bass. It was really, really cool. Just wish you yeah, me too. I definitely heard, like, plenty of jazz bass, jazz everything, really, in the music program I was in. Since that's, like, the part of the program I was in predominantly, even though, yeah, they did, pop music too. It was still mostly jazz. But yeah. And this has been, yeah, about an hour of, like, messing around with this. I mean, I could go longer, but I feel like for music streams, that's probably around a good time to, like, go, okay, here we go. Because, like, I kind of want to go find bass stuff, bass lines or whatever, and work on that. Well, not necessarily on stream right now, but yeah. First bass lines were the one from My Girl. That's a good one by the Temptations. Love Song by The Cure. And I think earlier today, well, aside from doing the whole Smoke on the Water thing, which, I've always thought sounded cool, maybe it's overdone on a bass, but yeah. And earlier I was trying to figure out, I think Seven Nation Army, because that bass line sounded cool, but I wasn't quite getting it, I don't think. But I'd try to look into that to see if I could. Yeah, working out new music on stream definitely feels conflicting. Yeah, that would make me nervous, even though I guess today I'm just talking about this new instrument of mine and am just doing random stuff anyway. But yeah. Oh, you heard Seven Nation Army? I was getting there. I want to figure that one out because it sounds really cool. Oh, Ain't No Such Thing as Overdone with Smoke on the Water. No? Good. Good, because I like that one. I really like that one. I know there are more. I just need to remember them. Listen to a bunch of music and go, oh yeah, that sounds cool there, and that sounds cool there. I'm sure I'll find things. And then I'll probably do another stream where I'm actually pointedly trying to play bass lines. That'll be fun. I actually think like one of the K-pop songs, well, I recently got into K-pop, that I found had kind of a cool bass line in it too, so I might try to figure that out as well. Yeah, there's probably so many things I could try to do on this, and that'll be so much fun. Oh, and by the way, okay, I don't usually name my instruments. I mean, I think I named one of them, but it was my acoustic guitar, which I don't have anymore. But I mean, I think at least sort of kind of maybe my electric guitar is like named Carlos after Carlos Santana, technically. And other than that, oh, ad break. Never mind. Waiting till people come back. And soon people will be back, so it'll make sense for me to be talking again. And people are back, apparently, from the break, from the ads. Yeah, I know. Yeah, Mom. Yeah, the acoustic guitar, which I named Ephraim after a character on a show called Everwood. Yeah, I don't have it anymore. It got traded in. But I do still have my electric guitar that, yeah, I think its name is honestly Carlos, like Santana. And, well, this new mini bass, well, I guess because, well, I just got into K-pop music, and I think my favorite band so far that I've got into listening to is called Stray Kids, and one of the members has a really low voice, so I thought, hey, it would make sense to name this after him. His name is Felix. So I believe this mini bass, its name is Felix. And I don't think it's going anywhere. I mean, I have no idea where Ephraim the acoustic guitar went, but yeah. My guitar teacher insisted I have an acoustic guitar, but I always preferred the electric one. Yeah, this acoustic guitars feel big to me. Or since bass is so chill, like Keanu Reeves. Yeah, because I know, yeah, my mom's a huge Keanu Reeves fan. And I mean, that could work too. Because, I mean, I like Keanu Reeves too. Seems like a good guy. Unless it's my instrument, so I get to pick. Well, maybe I'd have this one end up being Felix like the member of the band Stray Kids, but I mean, I can easily envision myself getting a like acoustic ukulele bass at some point, which sounds different, and then maybe that one would be Keanu. But not yet. Someday. I like the name Keanu, actually. It sounds nice anyway. You can live with that. I mean, I don't think I don't have any other instruments that even tentatively have names. I've not tended to do that for whatever reason. And that acoustic guitar probably feels the ultimate in disrespect, because you named me, but then you traded me in. How could you? Yeah, and now the musical instrument count, which I've been keeping account of musical instruments I would know without having to think or list them all and then forget a bunch of them. The count is now 37, counting this new mini bass here. It's soon to get bigger because, well, I just ordered more musical toys with Christmas fundage, including a triangle and a couple different sets of bells. It'll be exciting when those get here. And hey, I don't mind trying to do a stream with those either, once they're here. So you can look forward to that in the future. But yeah, I think it's probably time for me to sign off in terms of the stream, unless people don't mind if I just sit here and mess around on the mini bass ad nauseum, doing random stuff more. Yeah, good. I have more coming. Is I gotta have an even number? Yeah, because currently 37. Let me think. I think the sets of bells, they're like, I want to say there are 8 in each. So that'd be 16. Plus the triangle, just one triangle. So that's 17. So that would then be 44 instruments. Not 44 different instruments, but entirely, but 44 individual instruments that I own, because I have multiples of some. Yeah, that's a lot, huh? I still wonder just how much I should charge to have people come into my room where I keep all my instruments to, like, look at them. I could run a little museum. I could earn money on the side doing that. But me being me, I'd probably just be nice and let people look at them for free. I don't have a theremin. I want a theremin, but I don't have one. I think they're like $300 or $400. Go, ugh. I don't know about that. Someday, yes. I want to have one, but yeah. And I can do the Doctor Who sound effect without going doo 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 with my voice. I mean, I have automatones, and those are kind of like little music note shaped synthesizers, but not the same. Do Doctor Who yeah, that's it. Do a Doctor Who cover with bass and automaton. Yeah, that could work. I find automatones really amusing, honestly. You know, kind of silly looking little big, I guess, musical notes. I have 6 of them. I have a big one that's Kirby. It's cute. I have multiple medium-sized ones, like 3 different, regular-sized ones. One is Kuromi. 2 are Retsuko. Yeah, all, like, Sanrio things, because I got into those. And I have 2 miniature ones. One is Cinnamoroll, one is Kuromi. Really cute. But yeah, they are hard to play. Because, yeah, no frets, hard. I've tried anyway. I mean, hey, they're right here. I mean, I know this is base day, but hey. Felix T. Bass, you will sit over here on your stand for now. Hey Kirby, you're right here. Just need to turn him on. Yeah, that's the low setting. Yeah, he can squeak or he can be low. Yeah, so kind of just like that, just kind of silly sounding, honestly. But I find them fun. That's the Kirby. You all... no, I'm knocking them down. Kuromi, speak to me. Is this thing on? Does this thing have batteries? No. Or if so, they're dead. One of these must... Or maybe not. These medium ones, I think they don't have batteries in them, but oh well. These should still work. These little guys. Oh, there we go. Before anyone gets too impressed with that, this miniature automaton, it just has preset tunes in it. So it just is preset to hit all the notes for, in that case, Furelise. So I was just controlling the timing, the rhythm, not the notes. I mean, I wish it was that good on an actual automaton, but no. But there we go. I could maybe try to figure that out. I mean, I figured out the whole bass thing. Yeah, I wish. I wish I was... Yeah, I wish I could do that without help. With the pitch. Yeah, it can play a bunch of other songs too, I think. Can't remember what all it can do, but yeah, Furelise is just one of the things that those little ones can do. But all the little ones can do is like pre-programmed stuff. the medium ones and the large ones, you have to actually understand how to play them to make it sound like anything. I mean, I know I messed around at least a year or two ago with my Kirby automaton with a stream that was like only maybe an hour long, where I was just randomly playing whatever and trying to come off as though I was like doing jazz soloing on it. I don't know if it worked, but it was still fun to do that anyway, and I might do that again in the future. What else could I do? I mean, options are probably endless. And my goal is to do more music streams, so you can rest assured that in the future I'll probably do more. I have all sorts of unusual instruments, or less usual. I don't know. I have like an ocarina. I have a singing bowl. Those are kind of interesting. I have a steel tongue drum. Those sound nice. So I was thinking in the future, I wanted to definitely do a stream like this, but with other instruments. Whether I like talk about them in terms of, in case you didn't know what this was, this is a, and it comes from, etc. Like, I don't know, kind of an informational sort of a stream. I thought that would be a good idea for the instruments that people aren't likely to know as much about. Oh, I also have balalaika too. Those are pretty and they sound nice. And they're kind of unusual. So yeah, so many ideas, so many things I'm excited for this year. I'm just going to go for it. And at some point, I want to do streams where I play piano too. And I think the only reason that hasn't worked before is I need to make it so I have more cord between my mic and my audio interface, which I can easily do because it's a long cord, just so I have enough room to like move the mic so it can be close enough to the piano for it to be heard on stream. But yeah, I want to do that too, whether I'm randomly playing stuff on the piano or purposefully playing certain things. Yeah, that'll be fun. Because I love the piano too. It's what I've been doing, playing the longest. So you can look forward to that in the future. Probably more streams of me trying to accompany myself with my ukulele. I also might just do streams where I just sing and don't try to accompany myself. But this has been good. This has been fun. I've enjoyed this, and I hope others have too. Yeah, I'm probably gonna see if there's anyone to raid right now. Yeah, I have lots of fun lined up for 2026. This is gonna be a good year. I'm saying that now. I'm calling it. Or at least a more musical one for me. Oh, Twitch. Tell me who I can maybe raid into. There's gotta be someone. I'm always gonna look, for sure. Hey, someone else is doing some kind of music, so why not? Brime is a music VTuber. Currently, I think, doing a karaoke stream. So let's go see him. Thank you, everybody, for being here. It's been fun. Can't wait to share more music with you. Let's go see Brime.